which word is the most important word in that? Which word? Which word? Yes, ma'am. Trust. That's good. Everybody give a round of applause. That's good. Yeah, you got it. You got it. So I wanted to talk about trust tonight. Trusting God, because when we talk about, you've heard the word faith. You heard the word faith? You ever heard the word faith at church? Faith, big part of that is trust. It's trusting God. And so tonight, I've got all these like sort of physics experiments to do. Do you guys anybody like physics? Does anybody know what physics is? Raise your hand if you know what physics is. All right. Nice. Me too. So you know what? I could probably do one of these and you would get the point of trusting God. But we're going to do a bunch of them because I love physics experiments so much. And I think they're fun. And I think you're going to like them too. And I think what we're going to be able to do is really see different levels of how much we can trust. And maybe that'll help us realize how much we can trust God. Does that make sense? So let's start out just easy, all right? We're going to start out an easy trust experiment, okay? And we're not going to do a trust fall tonight. You ever heard about those? Because that's just a little dangerous. All right. But what we are going to do, so I have a question for you. Do you think that I can bring this cup? I'm gonna put water in this cup, okay? Is this a real cup? No. That's a real cup. All right. That's a real cup. You don't believe that's a real cup? No. We've got all these styrofoam cups here. We've got all these. See, watch. All right. So these two are the same. This is a real cup. All right. This is a real cup. All right. It's a real cup. All right. Now this is the same thing. All right. Now, do you think that I can bring this cup from here to here? Do you think I can have water in this cup and hold it upside down and no water will spill out? Do you think that okay. All right. You want me to try it? So who says yes? Raise your hand. All right. Who says no? All right. So I'm going to bring that cup right above my head and no water is going to fall out. Okay. Ready? Set. Look at that. No water came out. Right? Did water come out? Did I spill any water there? Do you think I can do it again? Water might come out. So the trick is, this one's actually kind of hard because I have to do it right. So like physics will be the same thing. If I do it wrong, it'll punish me, okay? Because I'll get all wet. So, but look. So that worked, right? I held it upside down and no water. All right. I'm not gonna do it in slow motion. All right, so that's and just to prove the water's still in there. All right, what did I just do? All right, so just to prove the water's still in there. All right, so the water is still in there. Okay. All right, water is still in there, but we proved that you can hold a cup upside down and water won't fall out, right? But what do you have to do? You have to trust that gravity is going to work and the centrifugal forces will work and overcome gravity. Anyways, you got to trust in some physics stuff, right? Some magic physics stuff. But so I have another question. Do you think that that I can put water in here and hold it upside down, and I won't spin it around? I'm not going to spin it around. All right. So I'm gonna put water in here. See that? Put water in there. All right. That might have been too much. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Like that. All right. So I'm gonna hold it upside down. Let me use this to help me, okay? Let me use this. I'm gonna hold it upside down, all right? And no water came out, right? That's pretty good, right? Of course. Right? Because I'm holding it in there, right? So God says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Well, I'm trusting that this water's not going to fall out, but I'm kind of leaning on my own understanding, aren't I? I'm kind of doing something, aren't I? So to really trust in the physics, I would have to remove my hand, right? So you want me to remove my hand? Right? Yeah! Science! Isn't that cool? What? And watch this. Touch it? Yeah. Watch. Watch. See this? Look. I can even. Look at that. It's pretty good, right? I'm not gonna throw it, but I can do that. Like that's some strong. You know why it's doing that? There's something called vacuum in here that it's overcoming the pressure. The vacuum is overcoming and there's a seal around it because the water is actually there's like if you actually looked in here, you would see like a slight film of water around the edge, and the water's holding. That's like kind of a seal, so the air can't. But so something really cool. So if I do this and I get the air pocket right there, if I get the air to touch this corner, it'll end up falling down. So, see, it's starting to come out. It's going to take a little while. We got a really good seal on that thing, so it's taking a little while. But you see how it's all of a sudden coming out? And eventually, it'll overcome and it'll do that. How much water did I get on the floor? Is that all right? Not too much? Not too much? That's pretty good, though, right? So that was like, so the way I really like that experiment because it shows that, yeah, we can trust that it's not going to come out because we're going to try to do all we can to not make it come out, but then, we've got God but we also have to really trust God that He's going to work through things, right? And He's going to make things happen. So I really like the physics, if you really trust the physics of it, you think about what it's like in life to trust God, that He's going to actually work the way He says He's going to work. And so what's going on right here is that thin film of water is just creating the seal I told you about. But yeah, isn't that cool? So, but here's the other thing. It's not just, so life isn't just like, I trust God to make my life all peachy keen, right? All super awesome. And what's a good phrase these days? Peachy keen. So here's the thing, because here's another cool physics experiment. What we have to do is we have to trust that God is actually going to bring us through even tough times too. All right? So God is going to bring us through tough times. And He's going to see us through those tough times. You know what I mean? So I'm trusting that the physics right here, thank you. I'm trusting that the physics right here is going to keep this water in there because there's a seal going to be around it, around these pencils. But that's kind of like our life when bad things happen to our lives, when our lives get poked and bad things happen, we got to trust that God's going to pull us through and He's not going to just completely bust our lives open, right? And because we got to trust that His promises are going to hold. All right, I'll do this again, one more time. We got to trust that His promises are going to hold, right? And so, does this bag look like it's having a good day? Yeah. It looks like it's having a good day to you? Yeah. Look at all that. Look at all that stuff right there. Yeah, what? Yeah, it's not having a good day, is it? Well, yeah, because the physics is working, right? But I'll show you that it really went through. So, oh no, this is going to be pretty pressurized. Can you see it? I'll let it spill on the table a little bit. Boom. See? That water was really in there, and it was really getting held in there. See? Isn't that cool? That water's really getting held in there. So a large part of trusting the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding is that when you think that bad things are happening, which they are, and they are bad, a lot of things happen in life that are bad, what you have to realize is that this next verse comes into play right here. All right? So God's promises tell us that we are not only worried about our life here and now, like this year and today. We're worried about, we are concerned with our lives for eternity, for forever. And so that's what this next verse is. So can I have someone read this? And we're going to do one last big physics experiment to show you. Go ahead. I saw your hand first over there. So just this verse. Yep. For. According? Purpose. Close. 8:28. Good job. Everybody give him a round of applause. That was great. So yeah, that next part says that everything works for the good of those who are called according to his purpose, which is everyone that has faith, everyone that trusts the Lord is called to his purpose. So even this will work for the good of those who love him, right? So I said that, when you put the pencils in there, let's see if I can get one to stick in there. And that one isn't going anymore, right? So when that happens, what we're trusting is that God is going to pull us through to eternity so that we can be with him in heaven. No matter what bad things are happening now, that he's going to pull through, that we can keep the faith and that we'll be with him through all of eternity. And so there's one last thing that I want to show you. It's kind of this is like a big pendulum. Do you know what a pendulum is? So this brick can go back and forth. See that? See that brick? It's going to go back and forth. What? Oh no, I would hate that. So this brick right here, oh, you've seen Home Alone? Yeah. So this brick right here, it's dangerous. If someone was to stand right there, it would hit them, right? And that would hurt, right? Yeah. So one of the cool things about physics is that I can actually tell you where this is going to go and where it's not going to go. So because of things like gravity and friction and stuff like that, I can tell you how far it's going to swing and how far it's not going to swing. And so this right here I'm going to use to show us that when we trust God, there's some serious consequences that come into play when we trust God or not. All right? So I'm going to put this at my nose right here. All right? And so what I'm going to trust, so I have to trust the physics right here, that it's going to, here's what I predict. I predict that when I let this thing go from my nose, it's going to swing a long way over there, and it's going to come back about right here. That's my prediction. But I have to have some trust that's going to work. What if it comes back and hits me in the face? You know what I'm saying? We can read in the Bible that God has promises for us and will pull us through this life so that we can be with him for eternity. But that trust requires, it's going to have some serious consequences. Either it works or it doesn't. You know what I mean? Either we go through trials in this life for no reason, or we do it for a good reason. So there's some trust in there. And so I'm going to show you kind of maybe a little bit what that trust is like. So I'm going to put this right at see that tip? It's right in my nose. And I'm going to let it go. You ready? And do you want me to close my eyes too? All right, I'll close my eyes too, all right? I'll close my eyes. Ready? Here we go. Ready, set. I felt it. Did it come? Did it get there? How close did it get? Like right here? Right to there? That's pretty good, right? You want me to do it again? All right, I'll do it again. Right there? All right, ready, set. Was that pretty good? Do you like that board too? Yeah, I just got to trust that board's not going to come down. I roped it up there and really cinched it down. So I think I might be able to climb up this thing. Nah, I won't do it. But yeah, so that's what so just think about that. So you saw I really had to trust this thing, right? I had to trust that this thing wouldn't hit me in the face. If it hit me, that would hurt. Ow, that hurts right now. You want me to hit you in the head, Julie? All right, that would hurt, right? It's a real brick. Ow, that hurts my knuckles. That's a real brick. That's a brick. That would have hurt. I had to do a lot of trust there, and I think I might have got a little brick on there. But yeah, had to trust. So I like that because, man, if it didn't work, if it wasn't trustworthy, that would have knocked my teeth out. That was serious, that would have knocked my teeth out, right? Or give me a broken nose or something. But because it's trustworthy, because this pendulum, because I know what's going to happen, because it's trustworthy, the whole experiment, then I can trust that it's not going to hurt me, right? And when we trust God, we can trust that his promises are going to come true. That's how trustworthy he is. So that's cool. So now I'm not going to let you do this right here tonight. I'm not going to let you do the brick because that's dangerous. But if you want, maybe if we go outside, I could give you a cup if your parents are okay, and you could try doing the spin. Would you like that? Would you like that? Maybe I can give you guys a couple cups, and y'all can do the spin. We can go outside and do it. Maybe just don't get yourself wet. Just try to do the spin, see if it works. All right. So hey, let's pray as we finish this. Let's pray, and then what song would you like to sing?